Hi, I'm Emily Ratajkowski. I am the author of Motherfucker, which I wrote for New York Magazine. It comes from a very specific time of my life when I had newly become a single mother and was dating a lot.
Liberated feminist Emily Ratajkowski is now beginning to regret the journey that she's made through trying to feel empowered by sleeping around. Although throughout her modeling career and all the success that she accumulated in that, she's also realized that there's actually no real true empowerment by using your body to be able to gain success.
Break for the maybe one person in this room who doesn't know was the Blurred Lines video. How long ago was that? 10 years now?
Yeah, 2013.
Do you think back on it differently now? Or do you think of the experience like, oh, poor baby Emily, this was maybe different than I thought it was at the time? Or
I mean, I wish I was better at, oh, poor baby Emily. I don't think I've ever said that in my life. I need to probably do that more, be more therapeutic. Definitely. I wrote about it in the book as well. There's an essay called Blurred Lines because the evolution of my politics it happened in relation to this video and my attitude and my feeling around it. And can
you explain how a little bit?
Yeah, it's very complicated. When I was 21 and I became famous for basically dancing around naked in a music video, a lot of people came for me, not just the video and the lyrics and all that, but just for me as a 21-year-old girl my body was in this video. And I was very defiant because I was like, no, I get to do what I want and choice is powerful and I can be in my body and feel good about it, and don't tell me that I'm not a feminist. I was raised by a feminist mom. Politics were a big part of my conversation. It wasn't something that I hadn't believed in before. So I took this really controversial stance because, obviously the men are clothed in the video. The lyrics are, the lyrics are the lyrics. It wasn't until I was older that I started to think, I changed my attitude around that because I thought about power dynamics in a different way. And I think that, when you are in your early 20s and you are using your sexuality, you can mistake the attention that you're getting as being power.
Emily Ratajkowski, like any other liberated feminist, wanted to break out of this image of purity culture, break out of this image of being a good girl, while trying to retain some type of innocence by having a low body count and still using her body to be able to be liberated. She actually wants to break free from that when her marriage fails, as she doesn't want to be seen just as a single mom, but also as a sexual being.
A TikTok thing where people are like the pick me girl. You want to be chosen.
Yeah.
You want to be picked. And I was a pick me girl. And
now what are you? What are you now?
Well, I don't know. Can we curse on the show? Depends on the words.
Feels like we can, but
I think I've been joking that I'm in my B era.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
But I like that word because I feel like I'm reappropriating it. It has negative connotations.
Yeah.
For me, it's like no, it's a good thing. I don't put up with.
There you go.
You
know what? We knew it had to come out somewhere.
What I find is Emily Ratajkowski and a lot of these liberated feminists, they always try to pursue the traditional livelihood with being promiscuous to coexist in their marriage, which never actually really lasts.
You possibly getting cheated on, that's so crazy. And I feel like a lot of my friends would feel the same way. Like, again, you're this contemporary ideal perfect woman. It's like, oh shit, if she could get cheated on, like, we're all fucked.
Yeah, it was so interesting that was like the reaction to that news, because I was just like, duh, men are trash, ladies. And it doesn't matter who you are, how perfect you are, or whatever.
Emily Ratajkowski describes herself as a good girl in the article, is very disingenuous, as this is her attempt to try to dignify herself once again, to be part of the purity culture without staining her image into what she has become, even though she used her body early in her career to be able to get where she's at today.
Modeling paid more than what my friends made working service industry jobs, and I was terrified of being saddled with student loan debt. I also knew that my window for this opportunity was limited. Everyone reminded me that women have an expiration date. So I gave up on my education and instead focused on work.
I think my early 20s, I really thought of myself as kind of hustling and working the system and saying, okay, I know what I can get from becoming a model and from, using my body to have fame and success. I was the example of a woman empowered, that if this was feminism, that you could use your body to have fame and success. As I've gotten older, I've realized it's a little bit more complicated. There's a lot of ways that you can be hurt, especially if you are naive.
The Blurred Lines video. And in the book, we learned that during that time, during that photo shoot, Robin Thicke groped you, and you talk about that.
That set is such a good example of what I'm talking about, because it was all women. It was a female director, cinematographer. I felt so comfortable compared to other jobs I was doing at 21. I was having fun. And then in that moment, all of a sudden we realized who was in charge, because there was no stopping.
There's videos where, you are topless, and they go, well, what do you expect? And to that you say,
I think that's a shame. I don't think that women, no matter what they're wearing or what they're doing, should be treated that way.
Throughout the whole entire article, Emily Ratajkowski was always trying to seek some type of empowerment through sleeping with different men. What I find very flawed in this whole concept, especially when it comes to these liberated feminists, is that you still need a man to feel empowered. You still need a man to be able to experience those intimate moments to feel empowered. Without that man, you wouldn't feel empowered as a woman. I'm not a feminist, but their whole ideology is very flawed and contradicts what they believe.
You kind of have this feeling when you're 19 that you own the world. You're beautiful, you're getting this attention, and I think that you can sort of think that you're the one in power, you're the one in charge, when you're actually being taken advantage of. And I think that's why so many women, when they look back on their lives, say like, wow, I was a child then, I didn't realize. For young models specifically, you're taught that, what I was saying about the Blurred Lines video, that there's someone who's prettier, who's more agreeable, who's not gonna, waste any money or time on set. So just, don't make a big fuss. I wish that I had learned that people had told me that it's okay to say no, that you can have boundaries, you can say I don't feel comfortable with this, and then just don't, make sure you're taken care of.
The only reason why Emily Ratajkowski is beginning to regret her choices is because she gained nothing from it. With every job that was offered to her, with every opportunity that was offered to her, with every opportunity that she sought out, there was always a chance to set a boundary. The issue was she wanted to explore how far having no boundaries would take her, how far saying yes to every offer that she was offered would take her. In the end, it took her nowhere.
My greatest challenge, I think, has been fighting stereotypes and being able to be a multifaceted person who, can kind of connect to all parts of myself, particularly in the public eye. I found that to be very difficult and to receive kind of a lot of backlash for the moments that I step out of my lane, so to speak. And I would say that's an ongoing struggle for me, but it's something that also I face in my private life, and I know a lot of female friends who face that, who are not famous or in the public eye. So I think it's really about perseverance and being true to yourself.
The whole entire article was very vulgar, very unpleasant to read. It was literally just looking inside another community box's mind and why she does what she does and how she feels when she does it. The only interesting part in the article was towards the end when the man said, "I didn't ask for your feedback, BITCH. What I found, it really does summarize the relationship between a man and a woman and how important it is for both entities to actually work together. What you have with liberated feminists is that they try to work without the man while still seeking a man's desire, a man's approval, a man's respect through their autonomy whilst being sexually liberated. And that man made it clear that you can't be able to get that from me because you're a community box, which was actually her realization throughout that horrible article, is that she never slept her way into being a new woman. She slept her way to be reminded that this is the female that she's always going to be.